If you want to help support this channel, there are links in the description that'll help me get to Clearwater. They'll help me get the records requests that I've been requesting. There's 2 different ones. There's one from PayPal. There's one from Zelle. All those links are in the description. Whatever you do, the links in the description. Do not send this video to any of the links in the description. Don't do it, okay? Don't do it.
I want to talk about
What you talking about, Willis?
propose that we further modify the council rules, in particular Rule 6G and Rule 15.
I'm going to explain why they're trying to change this. Watch this. This is where it all started. Remember this date, 7/31/23.
This is a decorum discussion. So as the council knows, we've had a recent conversation about how to get through council meetings more efficiently. The council has directed me to explore different decorum options that can help us do that. And then at the same time, that we are also respectful of the First Amendment and that we do it in a manner that's consistent with the Constitution.
And a little bit of the history on that is we've had the gentleman coming over from the east coast of Florida now for a while.
And as of this date, in June 26th, 3 years ago, I've been coming to Clearwater.
And he describes himself as a YouTuber.
Well, no fucking shit. I'm a YouTuber. You're on YouTube. Duh.
So welcome to YouTube. Yeah, I said welcome to YouTube.
He's been to 2 or 3 councilmember meetings since we came on board. The long history, the whole community knows. It's been reported in the media.
Yep. As Brian Unks was walking out on his last day, he decided to give me the 2 middle finger salute. Thank you.
He had a lot of, he had I would call it a battle with the prior council. And so I was hopeful that, with a new council and a new mayor, we would just be able to ask him to respect.
First off, this respect thing. If you want my respect, you earn my respect. I saw you almost gavel me out. I've seen some telltale signs. And then, if you want to talk to me, I've said, my email address, and every time I show up to these meetings, you're more than welcome to friggin' talk to me. But no, you don't want to talk. You guys run out the back door, hop in your little police van, and you don't want to talk. You never come up to me after the meeting. Nobody ever talks to me. They hear what I have to say on YouTube, and now I'm getting your attention, and you don't like it. You really don't like the attention you're getting.
It's time at the podium and to respect the other citizens here.
I don't know why you're lying so much. I've barely ever spoke to any of your citizens there. Any. So I don't know what you're talking about.
The time of the other citizens' resources, and to make appropriate comments and to handle themselves appropriately.
It's funny like that. You want to point the finger at me, but let's point the finger at these people.
Stop.
Whoa. Hey, why you got your hands on me?
Because you're walking with a firearm.
I know. I'm going fishing. Look, I got a fishing pole.
You're not fishing right now.
I know, I'm going to that fishing pier right there.
Your time's up.
I'm leaving, dude.
You
Dude,
said that your
shut
5
up,
seconds
dude.
was all you wanted was 5
Why you?
seconds.
Let's go.
Hey, you're putting your hands on me,
Time
sir.
to go.
I'm leaving.
They've asked you to
You don't
go.
have to fucking push me, dude.
If he was going to participate in the meetings, particularly under the part of the meeting which is citizens to be heard on items not on the agenda. Since the last meeting, he has taken to YouTube, and although he didn't really get any sensational video,
Mr. Wallach.
Mr.
appreciate you
Mr.
being-
Taylor,
Oh,
you're
my name is-
addressing the council, so you can look at us and talk about whatever you
Okay.
want to talk, but the point is you're
No,
addressing
no
us.
problem. Can you
Yeah,
reset
and I
my time
appreciate
because
you
you're talking to
helping
me
us.
and you're taking my time? Please? Can you reset it, please?
Sure, that's fine.
Thank you. Slaughter, pay attention to me, man. They can give me their attention and you can't. Can you address this, Mr. Mayor? Can you address him right now?
Mr. Chair, you have something to say?
I do have. I'm saying it right now, dude. This guy's being so disrespectful, and he's told me straight to my face that he will always ignore me. You know, I'm not the brightest guy. I'm a YouTuber that drives 4 hours to come here, and to Slaughter, dude. You keep making my YouTube. The last video I put out in you, I made $400. Don't talk to me. I'm speaking.
Didn't have any adversarial conversation at the meeting. He's gone on a tirade. He's encouraged his subscribers to reach out to us.
Yeah, and even if I did tell him to do it, which I don't, I say do not call. Do not call. You know, do not call. The links in the description below. Don't do it. But even if you do, just don't make any threats. You know, try to keep it as peaceful as you can. But I can't tell you what to do. I'm not telling you anything what to do. What I am saying is, do not call the numbers below. Okay? Do not call them
Directly, and as council knows, the public doesn't know, many of them have. And we've gotten some horrible, borderline threatening communications from a number of folks who are his subscribers on YouTube.
My pussy hurts.
One that I received, refers to my mother's intimate anatomy.
I don't know who did that, but you know, I'm saying try to keep it peaceful, bro. I'm trying to keep it peaceful.
and then wishes that, or prays that my children get stomach cancer so that my genes die.
Jesus Christ.
And I can read you a voicemail that we got left by somebody who claimed to be a Clearwater resident, but I really can't read it to you because I'd have to bleep out a good 90% of it, and you wouldn't know what they said by the time I got done.
Don't worry, everybody. I did a records request for that. So everything he's talking about, all these emails and voicemails and blah, 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 I'll be getting them.
We've gotten all kinds of, not just the council, but city staff has been drawn into this, about their children dying. And we don't respond to any of that.
I heard you don't even respond to some of the emails that you get. So take that for a grain of salt.
We pass that on to law enforcement, appropriate law enforcement. We pass it on to our local law enforcement. The email I referred to and that I got was traced back, and we trace them all back, even the phone calls. So you may think nobody knows who you are. We find out who you are. The email I got came from Switzerland.
Yes, I do have international subscribers. And once again, I can't control what they do.
So if it comes from outside the United States, if somebody, and I don't decide whether you're breaking the law or you're not breaking the law. We just pass everything we get on to law enforcement, and we let them take care of it.
On January 18th of this year, you've had me under investigation for 5 months for all these people that you're sending to the police. You snitch. Guess what? It's probably going to be even longer before anything happens from that.
But the volume, and this was clearly inspired by his last appearance here and him inciting these people to lash out at us.
No, where this all stems from is that I made a video on Mike.Mannino and your city attorney or city manager, Jennifer.poirrier, and I've got plenty more videos coming about all of you soon. But, you know, I'm going to let him do the speaking on this, and then I'm going to show you this is why this all happened.
And so we've also gotten other communication from a lot of Clearwater citizens who have said, why are we allowing this to happen?
America! Fuck yeah! Freedom is the only way.
This person at the last meeting they were at said, complained about having to drive 4 hours over here to speak at the council meeting, and took great pride in the fact that he's a YouTuber.
What? I can't be proud of my job? Because this is my job. This is literally my job. I've been a chef for almost 3 decades. I quit that to become a YouTuber. So what's the problem? I'm happy about what I do.
And he's making money off subscribers and advertisers for being here at the meeting. So,
Well, no fucking shit, man. No shit. I do YouTube to make money. I expose tyrannical government and tyrannical police officers just like yourself. That's how I make money, is by exposing bad people. Stop being evil and stop doing what you're doing, and I would stop coming. I've said it hundreds of times now.
we got I'd say I got quite a bit of verbal, concern from Clearwater citizens is what's all this costing our taxpayers?
I mean, if you really think about it, it shouldn't be costing me anything, because obviously you're working and you're getting emails and phone calls. So technically you're actually working. So it shouldn't be costing anybody anything. I mean, other than the fact that you like to waste money on things that lose money, like, the $1.5 million you just wasted on boats, the $2 million you've already lost in 100 parking spots. It's my fault that you have to do your job. I'm lost.
By the time we have to deal with all this stuff that comes in from people who don't even live here, and by the time he drags out a meeting, he disrupts the meeting, and it delays the participation of Clearwater citizens, people who live here and have other items.
I don't know how you can lie like this. The only time I've ever been a disruption at these meetings is as I was getting kicked out for my free speech. I got kicked out of a meeting sitting quietly in the back of the room by Mr. Unks. Didn't say anything, but he had a problem with my shirt. Here's the clip.
You're in violation of our rules.
Hold on. I have a First Amendment right, dude. Come on.
Take a break.
Dude, this is against my First Amendment right. This Cohen versus California. Hey, Margolis, you know this court case.
Remove Mr. Taylor from
Cohen versus California allows me to have a shirt. I didn't say one word.
Mr. Taylor.
You were in violation.
Dude, this is what happens if I do not leave. What is going to happen? Please state that for me right now, because I'm about to file a lawsuit against all of you if you violate my First Amendment right now.
A lot of concern here locally about letting someone, one come from well outside of Clearwater.
Yeah, buddy. You see it. You know who they said that about, too? Is Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King. What part of me do you don't like? Do you like the words that are coming out of my mouth? Because they didn't like the words that came out of his mouth when he was on his march, right? The sheriff in St. Augustine said he's not from here. He doesn't belong here.
To disrupt our meetings, costing our taxpayers money. And two, making it harder for other voices of the people who live here to be heard. So,
are you honestly gaslighting me like this? Are you really, truly, honestly gaslighting? How am I making it more difficult? Everybody has the same amount of time. I don't say anything in the meeting. I sit in the back and keep my mouth shut until I speak. And when I speak my 3 minutes, I turn around and I go back to my seat, and everything's good, right? That's the way it's supposed to be. How do I stop others from speaking?
We're doing, like I said, on the communications, reaching out to law enforcement. Everything we get, we share with law enforcement so they can address it appropriately if it crosses the line. Certainly, everyone is free, Clearwater citizens, including anyone on this dais, anyone that works for city government, to let YouTube know how we feel about it. Let the advertisers who their pop-up ads come up on his channel, let them know about how we feel about it.
Oh, man. So now you're trying to mess with my livelihood, huh? Is that what you're trying to do? You're trying to mess with my job? I'm not trying to mess with your job. You guys have only messed with me, and now you don't like what's coming down the pipeline on you. And now that you're doing this, it's only going to get worse from here. Only going to get worse. Because if you continue to do this, and you continue to come after my YouTube channel, because you already had one video, and you know something? I already reposted that video, and it just made me more money again on the same video. So thank you. You can continue to do it, but it's not going to get better for you when I start divulging all this information. Don't forget, everybody, on that dais, if you're an elected official, you have to fill out Form 6, and you have to disclose all your information, all your assets, everything. So don't worry, because I know you, Mr. Cotton, haven't disclosed. I know you, Mannino, haven't disclosed, and I haven't gotten into everybody else. But guess what? When it all gets disclosed, welcome to YouTube.
Yeah, I said welcome to YouTube.
And I'm not going to address any of that tonight. What I am here, or this afternoon,
You're not going to address it today. We'll just say today because you were confused. But you're not going to address it today. But you're literally, you just spoke. I don't even know how many minutes you spoke about it. So you're not addressing it, but you're addressing it. Good job. This is what you voted for.
what I am here to address is he has helped us in a way
What can I say except you're welcome?
because I have looked at the council rules again last night and today. Looked at all the things that I see what those rules are that allow me as chair to control the meeting.
Hey, heel. Give me some peppers. Give me some peppers now. That's what a dictator says right there. I'm in control. I can do what I want.
And that's the point of this whole thing. This is a business meeting for the city of Clearwater. It's not, we're not limiting anybody's constitutional rights to go out there and do whatever they want to do on the internet, out in public. We're running a business meeting.
There's one word you're forgetting in that, what you're saying. This is a public business meeting, meaning that it's open to the public. Somebody in there has to read section 119 of the Florida statutes. Margolis, I'm talking to you really, but hopefully when I put up this up here, hopefully you'll look into it. You probably won't, but whatever.
And we have a right as a council to control our business meeting and to not let folks come in and disrupt it.
Oh, controlling the meeting and this, that. I mean, gaslighting at its finest right now, everybody. I don't control anything. I come in, I speak about your agenda items, which you don't like because, oh, I'm not from there. And then when I speak at public comment, you don't like that either. And now you're trying to stop me from speaking.
And the council rules, originally written in 1977, when there was no internet, there was no all this electronic communication, a gazillion ways for citizens to be heard and make their sound known. So those rules obviously have evolved since 1977.
What kind of nonsense is this guy talking about? He makes it seem like in 1977, people didn't have vehicles to drive from anywhere and happened to go to a council meeting. Because once again, these are public meetings. If somebody did drive from wherever they drove from, they had the right to be there. But by your logic, and I'm not even going to buy logic, I'm just going by stupidity at this point.
When we first put them together, I don't believe we anticipated that somebody would come in here from that far away, disrupting, controlling our meeting, costing the taxpayers money in the way they're conducting themselves.
Well, geez, they said the same thing about Martin Luther King on his marches. He was traveling from everywhere and anywhere, trying to get rid of segregation. He had been arrested. All these things happened to him. The same thing. All because he was speaking and he was trying to create a movement. I'm trying to get your residents to speak out against you. And if they're scared of me, I don't even speak to them. It's obvious something that you are doing to the residents that makes them scared to speak out against you. And I'm not scared. I'm not scared of any one of you. You gaslighting. Ugh.
And he has put in a lot of evidence into the public record.
Yep, you're definitely right. Because all of you are public officials and I can get anything I want basically from you. So why not? Let's play this clip. And this is going to be her employee agreement. And we're going to break this down and see how she slid through the cracks. And we're going to hop into letter C here. The parties recognize that the employee's spouse, the husband, is not a party to this agreement, nor is the employee's spouse required by law or the city charter to relocate to the city. So that's where she basically gets to claim the homestead that she's living. So let's see where she lives. Obviously, I'm not going to dox her, but if you look up on the property appraiser, she lives in a golf course right there, got a nice pool, all that good stuff, right? And let's check out the other property she owns. And don't forget, Jennifer.Poirrier's maiden name was Valdez at one point. And so you have a Kaylia Valdez, you've got Jennifer.Poirrier and Adam.Poirrier living in this 1-bedroom, 1,000 square foot condo in Clearwater. Which one do you think they're living in?
As to, he's doing this for profit, for commercial purposes.
Yep. That's what somebody that does their job is supposed to do. They do work and they usually get compensated with payment for the work that they do. That's what YouTube does for me. I put out videos, they monetize it, I make money off of you. So yes, you pay me to live rent-free in Clearwater. Thank you.
That's not an appropriate use of your time in one of our meetings. And he's coming here from far away.
Now, Mr. Dictator, how are you going to tell me what's a waste of my time and my resources and what I want to do? Am I not a free American? Am I not free to do what I want? But once again, by your stupidity, I have to bow down and kiss your boot. But I ain't kissing your boot. I don't kiss nobody's boot. I'm going to put my boot where never mind, I'll retract that statement.
So I would propose that at least talk to the city attorney, and for agenda items, we have to let anyone from the public who wants to be heard, they have to talk to the agenda item. But for the part of our agenda that is citizens to be heard for items not on the agenda, I would propose that we amend our rules to limit it to Pinellas County residents.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you, I'm out.
Not City of Clearwater residents, but Pinellas County residents, who, we may have folks in the county who don't technically live in Clearwater, may have an issue if they were on the agenda.
Obviously, I'm not going to dox her, but if you look up on the property appraiser, she lives in a golf course right there, got a nice pool, all that good stuff, right? And let's check out the other property she owns. And don't forget, Jennifer.Poirrier's maiden name was Valdez at one point. And so you have a Kaylia Valdez, you've got Jennifer.Poirrier and Adam.Poirrier living in this 1-bedroom, 1,000 square foot condo in Clearwater. Which one do you think they're living in? That's the thing about working for the city or working for any government official. You are subject to records request. Well, I did a records request, and guess who this Kaylee Valdez is? Oh, let's put up the screenshot. And as you can see here, after I got my records request, we've got, Kaylee Valdez. And now, if you look at 5, who's that? If you, on number 5, if you answer this, Jennifer.Poirrier. Look at that. Number 6, Jennifer.Poirrier and Michelle Mahoney. All these people are very knowledgeable of who this person is. Imagine that. And just so I could throw some more salt in the wound, here's her last pay stub when she got paid.
That doesn't mean we can't, as a council, grant someone upon request to speak during that period of time or somewhere else on the agenda.
Don't beat me, massa. Please don't beat me, massa. Don't beat that tired old body. No, don't.
But I think could be the tip of the iceberg. For allowing somebody to come in and do this, if we don't change our rule now, we're really inviting people from all over the country, not just the state of Florida, to come in and do what he's been doing now. So
you're hearing this, right? Like, I would say I was making it up if I didn't see it myself. But this guy is completely, like, I don't know, dude, this guy is beyond psychotic. Like, completely off the charts. I don't know, I mean, maybe he just hates America, maybe he just thinks Clearwater is his own personal fucking playground, and he can do whatever he feels like, you know? Forget everybody else. How about this, Rector? By your logic, nobody should be able to come to Clearwater because they're not from Clearwater. They're not from this city. Dude. Don't call any of the links in the description.
That's my proposal, is that we amend our council rules our meeting rules, to restrict public comment on items not on the agenda to Pinellas County residents.
You a real piece of shit. Not like a real piece of shit. Like if a piece of shit ate a piece of shit and took a pee and shit, you're that piece of shit.
And I thank you for opening that door. I'll follow up. I have heard from a lot of our citizens as well. In fact, I've heard multiple just today alone that have a fear of showing up to our city council on a Thursday.
Yeah, Mr. Mannino, I think you got a fear of me too after I put that video out about you at that stupid podcast you were on. Hey, let's play that clip. For the next however long you guys are in office, I will be at every meeting and making sure that I say hi to your stupid antics.
Yeah, Rule 15 was passed, and it is it's a First Amendment right, and I'll stand up for anybody's First Amendment right, and we'll gladly give them their 3 minutes.
And I think that's a horrible place to be. This is supposed to be a place with an open door policy where our residents can come be a part of their government.
In 1 second, you say you're going to stand up for my First Amendment rights and this, that, and the third. And in the second sentence, you're saying this. Oh my God. Why?
And work with us transparently under the sunshine, collaboratively. And when they're fearful of that in our community.
Everybody's just trying to gaslight me. Everybody. Every single one of these council members are trying to gaslight me, saying I'm the one scaring all them, and I've spoken to probably maybe 3 or 4 of the residents there. Ever. And everybody's scared of me. Okay. Sounds good, man. Freedom is scary, I guess. Freedom is scary.
I think it's worth, looking at and finding ways to not only protect the business of our city, but to protect the residents.
Here's some more gaslighting for you. Oh, geez, thanks, buddy. Go.
I would ask, I know you said Pinellas County residents, what about like business owners or people that do business in the city? How does that affect this ordinance?
You can, we can grant whoever.
Oh my God. Why? Oh, yeah, please, master. Hey, master, please, master, sir. Can I come and speak at your meeting? Oh, please, master. Master, sir. Just beat me a little bit more so I can speak. Please, master.
Request upon request. So if there's some issue that they want to speak about. But it would, I think it's a starting place to restrict it. I would be okay with, broadening it to the extent that you had said.
Yeah, so I'll speak to that as well. I don't disagree with that. I do think it's a disruption. I think that he alluded to that in the last meeting before he left when, just before he was leaving, he threw his hands up and said, fine, I'll continue to come back and make a mockery, is the quoted word for sure, of this council.
Trust me, man, don't press me, dude. I'm not the guy. I'll keep coming back here and keep making a mockery of this friggin' city. And I don't even live here.
I agree with Mr. Mannino's assessment. I don't want to limit it to just residents. I'd like to be able to have businesses or vendors that do stuff inside here to be able to say their piece if they have something or business that's being conducted within the city. However, you've already alluded to the fact of allowing them in with a special request if need be. So
I need your papers right now. Give me your papers. I need your papers. If you don't have papers, you go to jail.
I don't know if that would be an additional form that would need to be taken by the clerk to allow them to speak or to be brought to our attention. I don't know what that looks like, but I'm not opposed to it.
City Attorney, you got anything to add on how we do?
Now, I know what you're thinking. The one person that should be standing up for this and saying no, no, no is the attorney. So let's listen to what he has to say.
Well, I guess just a couple things. So from a constitutional standpoint, the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals has ruled that cities can implement geographic limitations on who comes in as citizens to be heard.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
That makes sense philosophically because local government is here to serve local residents and local businesses and other local stakeholders. We're not here to deal with national issues. We're not even here to deal with state issues, as the council is aware.
Oh, what? All that money from FDOT and any grant money that you get from the state or the federal? Oh, that has nothing to do with me. Has nothing to do with me. And when you pass these things and nobody speaks about them, I don't have a right to come and readdress that. You guys are just that stupid. I will keep making these videos and make you look like a bunch of friggin' idiots because every word that comes out of your mouth is just a lie or you're basically lying to everybody in front of their face and they just take it at face value. I'm sorry, Clearwater, if you don't wake up. But this is what I do, and I'm trying to wake you up in, okay, sure, sounds good. Good job, everybody.
So in that respect, I'm fine with it from a First Amendment standpoint. However, a couple things to keep in mind. Number one, as the mayor said, we are only talking about the citizens to be heard section. When it comes to agenda items, I do believe that under state law, there is a state statutory entitlement for all members of the public to be heard regarding agenda items.
Yeah, and that's what they're trying to do right now. And once again, yes, you can shut down public comment, but you have to shut it down for everybody. You can't just discriminate willy-nilly. Because you don't live here, you can't speak about public comment. What happens when Clearwater's done something to me that's not on the agenda? I can't redress that at the council meeting and let you know about the problems? Once again, you can't make it up. I can't make this shit up.
Specifically, and in my opinion, that would apply including to non-residents. So we are, again, only talking about the citizens to be heard section. The other point I would make, just as an observation, is that there is some practical side of the enforcement to this. So the question on, does the clerk, manage this, and how do we implement that? So most of us think about showing residency through driver's license, but then what if someone doesn't have a driver's license and they don't bring it with them or they don't drive anymore?
Just like Poirier doesn't live in Clearwater, even though she says she meets her obligations, she don't live in Clearwater. Well, guess what? Maybe I'm going to do the same thing that she's doing.
So should we have driver's license or utility bill, something like that? If the council wants, I could certainly, bring back, some ideas that kind of flesh that out. But there is a practical side of this that it's probably going to have to be managed through the clerk or someone else in order to actually vet that when someone comes in before they are able to be heard. And yes, there can be exceptions. And so if there's a borderline case or one that the clerk is not sure of, or if someone is looking for special permission to address the council, then there has to be some process by which that actually, gets evaluated.
Yeah, just you go in and you want to speak, show me your papers. Hey, give me your papers. If you don't have papers, you can't talk here. No talkie. You go to jail.
One option could be, if you'd like to start with something simple, I could draft it to say any resident of either Pinellas County or a county that shares contiguous borders with Pinellas. That would include Pasco, where a lot of Clearwater gas customers are located. It would also include Hillsborough, which, as we know, is a lot of our regional partners, and would even include Manatee, although less commonly.
You know something? I'll pay people to speak. I'm going to write them up. I'll write up the whole thing, type it all out, and I will pay people just to speak on behalf of me for 3 minutes. If they're a resident of wherever you want to call it, I will pay people to speak for 3 minutes on my behalf. And then what are you going to do? You're going to cry some more? They can't do this.
That would include pretty much the entire Gulf Coast. Very rarely do we have folks come in legitimately addressing local issues who are from that far away, outside of that broad geographic area. If I were to draft it as Pinellas County or any contiguous county, with the addition of the mayor being able to grant exceptions on a case-by-case basis for someone who has shown a particular issue of local concern, that might be a good place to start. But again, there's practical sides of this, and ultimately either the clerk or someone else is going to have to either look at ID, utility bill, or something else in order to actually vet that.
Who do you say that I don't have legitimate issues? Your cops have put their hands on me and detained me for 45 minutes in the back of a vehicle. Eric Gandy and Slaughter were right there and they put their hands on me. You've got what? Brian Unks changing Rule 15. Me getting kicked out. Numerous other people getting kicked out. When I spoke about Mr. Paloma that just got exonerated for getting, he was getting some in the back of his car and he got exonerated. Like, oh, the fireman that was walking around friggin' 7-Eleven, all these things I can't speak about. These things affect Florida. These things affect everybody. And because nobody there is speaking about it, I choose to come 4 hours away to speak about it. And now your butt hurt. Oh my God. Oh, it hurts my head.
An option to consider would be to require those individuals speaking under that item of the agenda to register prior, and that can be done online through the agenda. So that's something that's available to us. And we can close a limit or keep it, open. That would be something for council to consider.
But remember, right now we're only talking about citizens to
Yeah, I can just do it just for that item of the agenda.
Oh, Miss Call, I wish you would have never done that. I really do, but whatever. We already know that everybody up on that dais has a hard-on for friggin' the armed fishermen now. They're all mad because I keep digging into everybody. This is not going to end well for a lot of you. And you guys are only 3 or 4 months into your seats. You just got elected in your 4 months. You've got the next 4 years to deal with me. How many you think are gonna last after all the stuff? And as I keep digging and digging and digging and digging and digging and digging, I'm going to expose every single one of you.
I do know a number of communities that make you
Register
give advance
before.
notice of your intent to speak.
So we can do that.
Inside in,
Mm-hmm. That's an option, and it would still require them to identify their place of residency, so that at least that way, if there is a question, I can confirm that with the county website.
And I agree with the contiguous county thing for the rest of the council.
Yeah, I agree. I would definitely support that, and I do recognize what the practical part of it could be a little bit, we're gonna have to really think it through, but I think it's worth it. I mean, this is a city council meeting, it's a business meeting, it's an agended meeting, and having this free-for-all, I don't think is acceptable.
Even you, Texera, you ain't out the woodwork either. All of you, the more you sit there and talk about me, maybe you guys aren't even focused on what's going on. You guys are so focused on me and trying to silence me that you're forgetting about all the money that you've wasted. All the money. But hey, the YouTuber that exposes all that, now I'm the problem, and now you want to silence me. That's what's happening.
And I've also received some communications from various citizens where they feel that
they don't want to come because they don't feel safe. They don't want to be part of what's been going on, and I don't think it's fair to them.
Like I said, I guess freedom is scary. Boo, friggin' who? Wah, wah, cry about it. I don't care.
So anyone who wants to discuss anything city that is specific to the city of Clearwater, I'm more than willing to hear, but that's not what this is about, is it? So I would support that as long as it's not just residents, stakeholders, business owners, and with the neighboring counties.
So direction is to the city attorney to put together a draft of a rule.
Sounds like that's what I'm hearing. So with that direction from council, I'll plan to bring that back. I think our next council meeting is July 15th, so I'll bring that back for the council at that time.
And like I said, everybody, do not call any of the things that are in the description below. I don't want you to do it. I don't want you to send them this video. I actually don't want them to pay attention to my YouTube channel anymore. Please, please, Clearwater, don't pay attention to me more. I won't hurt your feelings anymore. I won't do any more records requests. You got me twisted. Go fuck yourselves, assholes. I'll see you on Thursday.